This past Monday, October 16th, 2023, marked an important milestone for good old-fashioned Americana. The Walt Disney Entertainment Empire turned 100 years young that day, and many families all across our great nation gathered to celebrate the centenary of a company that brought rich, high-quality family entertainment to all the world. Conservative commentator Ben Shapiro, the Daily Wire, did something extra special to mark this historic occasion. He launched a new, purportedly family-oriented streaming service designed as an alternative to woke Hollywood. What's it called? Bent Key. What a name, ladies and gentlemen. One of the projects that Ben Shapiro has in the works for Bent Key is Snow White, a live-action remake of Disney's upcoming live-action remake of the 1937 Disney animated classic Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Ben Shapiro's new iteration of the Brothers Grimm fairy tale is notable only for a casting decision that smacks of the casting director's bigoted and vaguely anti-Semitic anger over the fact that in Disney's upcoming remake, the role of the princess who has to be rescued from the dangerous forest into which she's been trapped will be played by a beautiful Sephardic Jew. Can't have that in your typical white nationalist household. So what did Ben Shapiro get in her place? Brett Cooper, a right-wing TikToker who seems to have only gone the part because she participated in the time-honored far-right tradition of picking on powerful transgender women on the lone basis of their being transgender. The following portion of the video contains transphobic comments and absolute far-right nonsense. Viewer discretion is advised.
You are a man deprived of all the best qualities of men, but without any of the best qualities of women. Even your personality is contrived. Everything about you is fake. Nothing about you rings true. Nobody buys the act. You'll never be accepted as a woman by anyone. Never by anyone. Even the people who pretend to accept you as a woman are only pretending because they're afraid of being lectured if they don't, or because they want to use you as a platform to virtue signal. But everyone who looks at you will see something pitiable and bizarre, something utterly unfeminine in every way. You will never be able to actually have the identity that you're trying to appropriate, nor will you ever be able to fully escape the identity that you're fleeing. The best you can hope for is some kind of limbo, the worst of all worlds. And yet, even in that limbo state, you will still be a man. Just not one that any of us can respect or take seriously. But other than that, champ, you're doing great.
Did he lie? No. I mean, that was like the most Matt Walsh thing I have ever heard. Now, Media Matters, who watches Matt Walsh like a literal hawk, they first pulled the video, they clipped it, they posted it on Twitter, they made it go viral. He started trending shortly after with Aunt Jemima, which pleased him greatly, but you see him here. This was a couple of days ago during the weekend. But then something weird started to happen. Not only was the left mad at him, but the right started going after him as well. They said that he was too mean, that this was uncalled for. They like him usually, but this was a personal attack. It's not productive. Somebody said this is unproductive and mean. You can speak out about gender theory and transing kids without stooping to this level. Dylan does pass. I'm no fan of her work, but this is why conservatives lose the culture war. Stick to the issue, not the personal attacks. No, you are explaining why conservatives lose the culture war because you are bending the knee. You are why conservatives lose because you are too nervous to offend people. You're saying that Dylan does pass. You're calling him a her. You are feeding into the lies and the narrative. You are allowing them to win. Somebody else said, this is so terrible and mean that it throws all of us under the bus. How? One man sharing his opinions throws everybody under the bus? That's not how it works. So now everybody is apparently concerned about being mean and being offensive. Like the left does not care about that at all. They have fought dirty for years in every aspect of this battle, whether it's how they vote and how they do elections, whether it's in the culture war, they do not care. They will personally attack and villainize and tear down anybody that they remotely disagree with.
One project you can already view on Bent Key is the long-awaited arrival of a ripoff of the international sensation Bluey titled Chip Chilla. Announced all the way back in June 2022, it's an animated sitcom about a group of homeschooled Christian South American rodents led by patriarch Rob Schneider. Yes, you read that right. He did something to pay his bills in the anti-vaccine and anti-transgender departments, and here's the discussion of what that something is from Australia's Nine Network. As undercover brother might ask, what it is, Chief?
A new American show, Chip Chilla, is being slammed this morning. Critics saying it looks a little bit too similar to a beloved Aussie kids show. Andrea Crothers is in Brisbane, the home of Bluey. Andrea, good morning. This is a national disgrace.
Oh, Brookie, it sure is. We know that Bluey, bred right here in Brizzy, has won over preschools and families around the world, and now it appears someone else wants a slice of the action. So American conservative commentator Ben Shapiro, he is behind a new US kids cartoon called Chip Chilla. It follows a family of canines, this time in suburban United States. But the cartoon style, the colours, even the music is very similar to our very own Bluey. Take a look.
Okay, breakfast time. Then, Chilla time!
Bingo!
Yeah, it's very similar, isn't it? So it is causing a bit of a stir. Brisbane's Lord Mayor Adrian Trimmer, he's come out saying that, look, this is a phony US version of our own Bluey, saying they're barking up the wrong tree. Now, Brooke, these creators might think it's pawsome. Some might say it's just pawful.
Oh. Do you know what I say? I say it's a dog act.
Yeah, it's better.
Awful. Thank you, Andrea. Absolutely outrageous.
Outrageous. And that all deserves a round of applause.
No.
Don't double down.
I've done it before, I'm going to do it again. Why not?
You got that right, fellas. It is awful and a national disgrace to Australia, that is. I'll tell you what else Chip Chilla also does with Bluey. It takes the formula that made the series such a huge international hit among all demographics and dumps it down in very large notches. And here is one of the ways it does that. One of the many reasons why Bluey is such a huge global phenomenon is that it has a ton of wit. And if you heard any contemporary example of conservative comedy online, you'll know that one of the primary ingredients that are missing from conservative comic routines is wit. So instead, we get subjected to scenes like this one, in which the Rob Schneider rodent stares up at a ceiling that he stuck a pancake on. This clip ought to permanently debunk a claim made in 1999 by entertainment reporter Mose Persico of CFCF TV in Montreal. The claim in question being that Rob Schneider is insanely funny.
What are you two looking at?
Oh, there's a waffle stuck on the ceiling.
Why is there a waffle stuck on the ceiling?
Because I threw it there
And why did you throw it there?
to see if it would stick. Duh.
Did that one tickle your fancy? No? Here's another. 2 toy dolls had by the color-coded boy rodent featuring the voice of Matt Walsh, whose account could best be described as teen pregnancy yes, LGBTQIA+ inclusivity in cartoons no.
Yep.
Detecting nothing of interest on this planet.
You got that right, Brontor. No way I will find anything valuable around here.
I shall defeat Captain Brontor, for he is weak, and I am less weak.
Punch, punch. Yeah. What? Oh no.
Still not impressed? Okay, well, to believe Badger Clops on the website formerly known as Twitter, who has taken several stills of this series and has with the clips failed to compel me to actually watch the damn thing, Chip Chilla has the copious amounts of far-right indoctrination that the Daily Wire is known for. But surely you get the point by now. Chip Chilla looks like a pathetic far-right ripoff on a pathetic far-right streaming service that Ben Shapiro only came up with because Disney went woke and he wants it so desperately to go broke. I'm going to stick to Bluey, and I probably won't stumble in the Chip Chilla household ever again. I'm Jesse Coffey.